In this video, we're going to go over 5 and 6 extra practice problems on page 80 in your student journal. Now in 3 and 4, these pictures look a lot less complicated than in 5 and 6. And so keep in mind, sometimes we might want to ignore certain lines if they're not needed to answer the question. So we need to decide whether there is enough information to prove that line M is parallel to line N. So we are interested in line M and N. So when I go to number 5, I just want to keep that in mind. I'm going to highlight line M and line N. We want to know, are my two yellow lines parallel? Do I have enough information to know that? And so from what I can see in my picture is I can see this angle here and this angle here are congruent. And that's fine. And I know that because those are vertical angles. However, notice how neither of these angles are on line N. And so I'm not able to use my corresponding angles converse, my alternate interior angles converse, my alternate exterior angles converse, or my CIA converse, because I know nothing about any of the angles down here on line N. So knowing these two angles alone are congruent does not help me determine if M and N are parallel. So I'm going to say, no, there's not enough information. And I'm just going to give an explanation that we know nothing about the angles on line N. Okay. All right, so now we're going to go ahead to number 6. We are curious. Is line M parallel to line N? Do we have enough information to determine this? Guess what? Line S doesn't even matter if it's in the picture or not. It has nothing to do with line M or N. And so just pretend like it's not even there. Okay. Well, I can see that these two angles are congruent. That might be helpful. The question is, do they form any of our special angle pairs? I notice, and it might help you if you visualize better if you kind of turn the page like this. That might work too for you. Notice these two angles. They are exterior angles because they are outside the two yellow lines. So they're exterior, and they are on opposite sides of this transversal. These two angles are alternate exterior angles. We know they're congruent. And so we know by the alternate exterior angle converse theorem that if alternate exterior angles are congruent, then the lines must be parallel. So yes, we know line M is parallel to line N because of the alternate exterior angle converse.